welcome in everybody to your post-Eagles Valorant matchup, second match of the semester. Just to clarify a couple things, it does say week 1 rescheduled because, well, that's why we have a doubleheader this week. We were supposed to have this match against St. Lawrence University Red last week. Instead, it got rescheduled to today. So here we go, a best of 3 and post-Eagles, the varsity team coming back from not being here for a year. Last match was in April 2025 before this match yesterday. Coming out big in that best of 3, won maps 2 and 3 to start off the semester 1-0. So it's your undefeated post-Eagles showing up and showing out big. My name is PyroJ. I'm very happy to bring this broadcast to you, the observing, the casting, the broadcast, the everything. We're looking forward to this one. Before we get things started, map 1 of Bind, I do want to bring a huge shout out to Mojo. Officially cleared the milestone of 2,500 frags. Listen, in Valorant, there's value from everything between information and the right smokes, the right flashes, but at the end of the day, someone's got to make the kills. Mojo has been the one to do that. Congratulations, Mojo, on clearing a huge milestone. Going to be at the top of the charts at Post University for much time to come, if not longer than that. So, with that said, we've got St. Lawrence University Red to try to go 2-0 to start the semester. We're kicking it off on Bind. Let's get to it. So it'll be defense first for the Eagles as we get things underway here. And it looks like I've got the logos on the right side. That's always good to see. St. Lawrence apparently played their first match this season yesterday. Scores haven't been posted on NECC, so we're not too sure how that went. That being said, get to see a little bit of their action unfold here today. Happy to say that I have the observer spot as well today, so huge shout out to Post University Sports for getting that situated for me. I'll be able to get the point of view from the opponents as well. Oh. That's not right. I believe someone just incorrectly set ghost mode to on, which, as you can see, is a bit of an issue. Not exactly how we expected this match to get started, I would say. Yeah, give us 1 minute tech issues. Okay, that's good. So, yeah, I'm going to be honest, guys. We'll very likely see a restart for this map as, you know, listen, some agents do have the capability to float in this game. Shout out Jet. Having that flotation ability along with the tailwind, the cloudburst, it's useful. It's helpful. Astra setting up the smokes, does a quick levitation. From what I know, and I do try to keep up with the patches, Phoenix can't float. Left. So, the teams have agreed to leave that match and start up a new one. So that's exactly what we'll do. Thank you, everybody, for remaining patient today. But as I was trying to mention, I do have the capability now to be in that observer slot. And you may think, now hold on, I can see everything in real time. So can any team watch the broadcast? We are on a 3-minute delay here. Everything you see happen on this screen happened 3 minutes ago. So everything's safe, everything's fine. And we're going to get underway with a fun one here. And ideally have no ghost mode capabilities. So back to Bind we go. Agent select should be quick. Just drop in and check it out. And hey, why not? We can talk about the agents here. Shouldn't be surprised at all, really, on the agent selection, considering the fact that, hey, we saw this team on Bind yesterday. We saw Mojo pop off with 41 kills, I believe it was, on Bind yesterday. Vero played a wonderful sentinel role, on that B site. Dissident and Mojo end up being a pretty dynamic duo on defense for taking more of that aggressive role, I should call it, really. It was no surprise to see an initial altercation in Shower, because this is exactly the location where Mojo... Oh! And Monkey has once again set ghost mode on. They immediately turned it off. So we should be okay, all things considered. We'll keep an eye on all of that. I mean, yeah, the ability to do that shouldn't even be in this game, but that's not for me to decide. Let's get into it. And it looks like the first gunfire will be spent here once again. I think Monkey just had... Okay, so this is slightly concerning because you can't be turning ghost mode on during the game. Yeah. My imagination is that they have some kind of keybind that is messing around with them and toying with them right now. That's my assumption, but hopefully something that can get figured out between teams. As we move on with this round, it looks to go pretty well here for St. Lawrence. Flash expended, and wow, dude ends up going down by the hand of Bray. 2v2. Fragment out. Vero can't complete that kill. It is up to Bray on the 1v2. Flash seen and down. First round goes to St. Lawrence. It's pretty well done there by Bray. Of course, Mojo was found out. They're over in Shower to get a better start this time around. Surprisingly, we do have some... Okay, primary weapon purchases there for a moment. Sprayonce opted for a Spectre only for a second. Goes right back to that classic. Should be a save round here for Post Eagles. They get underway here. We'll take a look on the other side where Vero has set up shop here on the B site. Expect that turret to do some damage, finding players in garden or on the entryway from hookah. But in the meantime, all the action on the A site. Blast packing, leaping their way into lamp. There is Saint on the Spectre kill. Mojo delivers one with the Sheriff. Delivers two. Boy, we got some action when Mojo is on fire. 3 shots, 3 kills. Exactly the player you want to have the hand cannon. Immediate flash onto sight. It's a 4v2, but the weaponry not necessarily in favor right now of Post. They still gonna make these key eliminations. 2007 Honda Pilot pops out for the Spectre kill. Saint does as well. They're holding their ground quite well here for St. Lawrence. And Bray, only with the classic, goes down as well. They establish themselves on the alternative site and put in work. St. Lawrence, hold on for a second round. Pretty expected outcome, despite the close one that we saw on the B site rat. Mojo, that alarm bot on top of the box. That swarm grenade right behind the box does look nice. We take a look at the other side. 3 poised for the attack on St. Lawrence at long. Meanwhile, toying with Shower is ooh, that is
joke's over.
Badoops. Badoops, I want to say. Holding backside is Bray, taking on the action, unable to get that first elimination. Dissident wondering what is the right time to attack. Phoenix's doppelganger will be removed. Elbow was the move, but now the teleporter has been hit. The topsy-turvy dipsy-do has been complete by St. Lawrence. They hit the other side, but will they attack in time? Smokes take a minute to actually pop up. Mojo wants to beat the rest of the team here to heaven and get that elimination. Nearly finds Saint. Tries to take down Monkey Cake Pop, and that will be the first kill for Post Eagles of this round. No ultimates online. They have to rely completely here on their fragging potential, along with maybe a flash or two. Turret still not online for Vero. Gotta go in with this rifle. Storming into Lamp was Dissident, but getting traded out by Wild Dude. 3v2, favoring St. Post Eagles, but they gotta move quick if they want this defuse. There's the flash, there's the kill, and there's Vero accidentally getting ghost mode on. And now both teams will be complicit in what I can only assume is an accident.
Oh, this is a
oh man, that is funny. That is funny. I can safely say that neither of those accidents from either team had any impact on the round. Oh boy. But that will be, for the Eagles, their first win of the round. Dissident's wondering if his team is still online. Yes, they are. Spike dropped here, near sand on round 4. Vero was holding their spot there in hookah, but departed it in a rather timely manner. So they're able to remove themselves there from the Trailblazer. In the meantime, Boombot does find its way through short as Mojo avoids being spotted by it. Bray, hearing the gunfire, readies the flash. Will it drive a path? Force Post to get this elimination. Bray holding on a backside. Here's the footsteps. Honda stuck in the swarm grenade. One body shot landing for the kill. Drops the spike. And that is a perfect position for the Eagles to find themselves in. Spike is stuck in sight. And at this point, if you're St. Lawrence, what do? You've got a Spectre, but they're long-range fights. The spike is stuck, and you have players like Bray stepping across from it. They're flash, they spray. It's not enough for the kill. Down in hookah, Wild Dude as well. Accompanied with that Spectre. It's 2v2. It's not confirmed quite yet for Post. Despite having that positioning, they pushed him off of the spike long enough for things to get tense. Monkey Cake Pop, you've only got a couple HP here. They flash to try to get the kill here in elbow. Will they get the plant in time? It's just going to be a 1v1 at this point. They could spray here. Oh, Monkey's not going to have time to plant this spike. Yes, they will. Dissident. Will they go for the final kill? They will. An impressive effort there from St. Lawrence to just get the spike down. That is all they will walk away with. Dissident lays the gavel down. And so your undefeated Post Eagles for the NECC spring semester 1-0. As of yesterday's best of 3 victory will tie the game. 2-2 is pretty good economy management coming out of St. Lawrence from that last round. As, oh, well, you know what? I thought they'd have enough money to buy a little more than that. Wild Dude's, opting for the Spectre Light Shield instead. No matter the Post, though. As their economy is much better. Mojo, will they find anybody with this dimensional drift at this time? No, and it's actually gonna come out from St. Lawrence, so they have to push site immediately because of that. However, Mojo, behind the whole team, will come away with one. Sees the elbow of Wild Dude. Opts for the flash and decoy at the same time with the Rolling Thunder. Dissident takes out one on the site. Mojo still able to apply pressure from the backside. And in a pinch sequence, or St. Lawrence, they're stuck in the same position from the flash. Dissident carries out the kill with Vero. From Lamp, they get the other elimination. The final one remaining of Monkey. There's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide. And the Monkey sees elimination. 3-2, 3 in a row from Post, and we're up. So look at the whole team coming alive here to start off things on Bind. Everybody's got at least a couple. But you got to be impressed with the ability there from Mojo to apply that pressure with the dimensional drift. I mean, that forced St. Lawrence to attack the site immediately. After being stopped by the Rolling Thunder, there was nowhere to go. That's why you gotta pay close attention to that ultimate economy and assess where it's going to be useful. Monkey Cake Pop sighted with that 0 point. Positions themselves elsewhere. Shower's been cleared from post, so they have a sneaking suspicion that A site won't be the goal. With the audio there of the Boombot clearing hookah, Bray just readies themselves for the attack. Is it going to be another immediate ultimate here? Then all command available. Enough of a full side push. Well, that's going to be very useful, but you don't want to use this early either.
I've got your trail.
I already know that St. Lawrence like to take advantage of their rotates. Hold on, orbital strike plus the showstopper. Bazooka not needed. 2 kills found nonetheless. However, over an elbow, Vero does find 1 kill. That TP has been set. Monkey down. Honda Pilot sends out the flash, but is stunned by the fault line. Wants to get this kill. Needs to get the spike. Won't be able to. And it's a 2v1 favoring post. Dissident has to be the one to find Saint first. Mojo's the one with HP. Mojo should be the one to close this out. 11 seconds for Saint. Will even have the time. Flashed away by Dissident. Here comes the aftershock. Saint, there's nowhere to run. Once again, they've been trapped. And Dissident, once again, elegantly producing utility to keep St. Lawrence stuck. I mean, we saw the Rolling Thunder accompanied with the dimensional drift a couple rounds ago. That was fabulous, but the flash timing, the aftershock, it's all working wonders here for Dissident, who we've seen play on that breach and that fade roll so far this season, but they have been just flawless on the breach.
You want to play? Let's play.
Dissident opting to back off after hearing that tour de force, as the shower interaction won't go well for them if it is that tour de force that they see. Probably a good decision. In the meantime, Monkey Cake Pop trying to make short work of this plant. They're stunned, but they'll hold on to the plant, and I think that's a smart decision. St. Lawrence at a certain point just need to get that spike down. That being said, well in the sight of Sprayonce. They want to fight for this kill, and with Dissident, they will secure it. Aftershock, they're on the Honda Pilot, and they can't get out. Mojo finds the angle. This has been beautifully done so far from Post Eagles. There's the grenade, and there is delivering justice. Hoodoo's 3 kills on the tour de force. Mojo's the last remaining. They're trying to get the chamber for the last second. Chamber heard them slowed. That's a big kill for Mojo, but there's just not time to secure the win. They'll be eliminated.
None of my stuff
And St. Lawrence
yet.
will not allow Post to run away with it quite yet. So once again, Dissident, I think, has been the playmaker so far for this game. Don't side-eye me, Dissident, okay? I can hype you up. You're worthy of it. Oh my, hold on. What's going on here? Mojo found out here in a cheeky angle, and it's not going to work. Kill leader from Post eliminated early. Sprayonce into troublesome territory. Has to take out Saint, certainly does, but ooh, swings right into the team. Dissident with the Rolling Thunder on the 3v4. Is this the time to use it? At the very least, they'll wait for their team. At the very least, they can hold this angle. Get away from the flash. On the Pilot, down. Flashpoint prepared. That's another kill. Down goes Wild Dude. And the Rolling Thunder could position themselves for the defusal. They've got to make the defuse now. That molly timing is perfect. I can't believe it's landed. The incendiary. It's not going to allow Vero to defuse in time. They do get the pop, but they'll end up dropping out of this round. It's a tie game for St. Lawrence. And so very rarely do you actually see a situation where Mojo is eliminated so quickly in the game. But sometimes that comes with risky plays. You want to press the advantage. As the duelist, as the kill leader of the team, sometimes you got to risk it in those cubbies. But he was found out pretty quickly. Everybody from St. Lawrence scaling sand. I should expect the utility there in Hookah, and they find it, but they've been found out as well. Look at that, 3 of them tagged. IKEA's information, and by this point, St. Lawrence should know better, but it appears they don't. Mojo set up their teleporter for that A site, should the rotate be needed. But if the attack happens here, then they will be prepared for it. Bray actually gets one of Saint, and that will position St. Lawrence elsewhere. Dissident's ready for it. Says if that rotate arrives, I am here for it. And boy, are they ever. All line ready for Spray wants to rotate and swing on. Cake pop does eliminate Dissident there in Lamp. Spray one's down for the count as well. Mojo could hold the line. Are they expecting anyone from Shower? Yes, they are. They see the shoulder first. They push into the incendiary. What an elimination. What a denial of the spike plant with the wall bang. That's 3 from Mojo. Wow, dude. What can you do when the whole team's down, when the whole team is out? Holding their ground on that round was Mojo. And they secure the lead back for post. So you can tell by the score. Mojo's always been that kill leader, but again, you've got players all across the board putting in work for this post team. Keeping them on top here for Bind. Quick maneuver from Saint. Passing over to Shower and watching their teammate get taken out. Mojo's removed Boodus. Saint wants this trade badly. They might just get it. Mojo getting a little active on this angle. When Saint is found out, it's already 2 for Mojo. And obviously, that puts St. Lawrence in a difficult position. Fortunately for them, 2007 on the pilot has already positioned themselves in Lamp, but Bray has flanked the team entirely. Producing graves near their spawn, asking them to resurrect themselves for another round. Good on Bray for taking that space, denying the rotate. We have seen the St. Lawrence team try out those rotates quite a bit. Taking it away in timely fashion was Bray. Just ready for another round.
Shutting them down.
What he found on that 0 point in Mojo. Oh no, is turned down in that position again. Dissident somehow finds one as he takes on the entire force of St. Lawrence. Showstopper, poised and ready for action, holds it to the last second, but it's not enough to find anybody else. From the Post Eagles, Bray positions themselves at Heaven. Try to find one for their team. It is a 3v4 and they'll push on the lockdown. I'm not sure how much space that actually provides for the team. It should push the opponents out of Lamp. They've got to be ready to punish that. Bray trying to get it with the grenade. It might just find a couple eliminations here. Certainly will. Now, did the molly come out? Yes, the molly's out. The paint shell's there to acquire some damage, but it's not enough to deny the complete defuse. The ruse should help, but no, it's only Vero left. Vero holding the spike so close to the defuse.
Last round in the half.
And sometimes all you can do is hold four. Four of their teammates drop down. Vero holding that defuse, trying to get that beater to fill. Just couldn't manage it. St. Lawrence, one away from tying this up at the half, and gotta admit, I think defense might be the easier side here. Post Eagles are gonna have their work cut out for them.
I got this.
If we see this game get tied. Teams are chatting against each other, trying to make sure nobody adds that particular mode. But an unfortunate loss here at the start of the round is going to be Bray. Bray was one of the two players here for Post Eagles who had their ultimate online. Really good ultimate to... Oh, hold on. Set themselves up for a retake. Oh, Boondoos could not possibly imagine Dissident behind them.
Spike planted.
This is exactly where they are, Mojo. Might be time to hit that teleporter. Along with Dissident. Dimensional Drift is available. Mojo has to get a whole lot of information here and do it quickly. Remember, St. Lawrence love to set up for these molly plays. Love to push. Post to their brink. Flash isn't gonna secure anybody's head. No, it gets two! Dissident assists in the endeavor. Both left in lamp. Monkey King pop down. The spray kills them all. Mojo for 4.
Good try.
And 7-5 is your final score for this first half. I shouldn't say final score. Sorry about that. It is your score after the first half. As we move on to the second half, we will see Post on attack. Again, your Post Eagles 1-0 for this season. Weren't able to compete in the fall semester, so it's great to see them here in spring. Mojo has been showing off this season. Just cleared the 2,500 fragging milestone. The Post Esports program. How many more will he get?
Time to jump.
And it will be the Flash TP combo. Mojo Headhunters there, though, for Boondoos. Might make this elimination a little more difficult, but that right click can be deadly. And deadly it is. One found, Mojo down, though. As Post Eagles have to sort of reassess the situation. And instantly rotating already is St. Lawrence on defense. So with the slow rotate from Post Eagles, they find themselves in a bit of a jam. It's Bray and Vero to scout the area out. Clearing angles together. Classics in hand for everybody. Ooh, step made there from Vero. They might have to just make a move here as they're found out with
30
sound.
seconds left.
Plant job will occur. Retake. Poised for St. Lawrence. They do find one. Vero trades. Vero stuck inside after the spray. Manages to get back into 2, but they've got to take on 3 at one time. Unable to do so. Bray, the last standing, will have a sight line on to the spike. Flashes, fragment, a lot available here. What will they opt for first? It's immediately the grenade onto the spike, but they get taken out by on the pilot. The kill from the grave, as Saint just wanted to make sure half of the spike was defused. And St. Lawrence will start up. I mean, I like that from Bray. The grenade was the perfect idea. If you get that elimination as well afterwards, you set yourself up for a lot of success with those 2 flashes. Very close to that 1v3 clutch. And Mojo looks like they're going to go off on their own. Last time that Post lost the first round and a half, Mojo walked around with a sheriff and took off 3 players with 3 shots. Here they go again with the new secondary. The bandit has put in work for a single kill, but very slyly. It is Saint to hide out in this cubby near hookah. Could pose a threat here for Post. The wallbang will not work quite yet there. There's a flash out. The spray occurs for Saint. Saint can't see a thing, but Sprayonce sees them anyway. Sprayonce does find the kill. Honda pilot alone in the tube. Ends up having misery. And with only 2 left of St. Lawrence, will it be another eco win out of Post? This is the Outlaw. Or Badus. It's 1 elimination for them, but it's not an agent on the Post Eagles roster. It's just a turret. That Outlaw, it's good for a lot of damage, but it won't be good for a single thing in this round. Wow, dude. All he can stare at is probably the spike explosion at the end of this, as that will grant his team economy, or he'll hold the Outlaw for his team. That's also an option. See if the team actually gets out on time here. Yes.
Thrifty.
Be all right. Nope. Sprayonce got tagged there by the explosion. No worries, though. That is an incredible thrifty win there for Post Eagles. Something that you might not completely expect. Definitely something you like to see. Mojo racking up that kill count again. I have to talk about it just because of how amazing it was. 41 eliminations on Bind yesterday. Final score of that round, of that map, 18-16. Mojo at 22 now. Uh-oh, might just peek at the Badus. Barely gets away from it.
Spike dropped.
Mojo relieves the spike, TPs into his flash, able to find one. Honda pilot down. Holding that backside still is Badus. He's waiting to find Mojo. Gets the tag. Mojo on 10 HP after that one. Sprayonce going to deliver the spike as Vero protects them. Successful on the spike plant, but lurking in the shadows right now is Saint. Does anyone see them coming here? Saint could take the entire team by surprise. Post, can they respond in time? Vero has to walk away from the paint shells. And just like that, Saint has decimated everybody. Mojo could still hold on for the team. Teleporter available. They'll fake it. They only have 1 shot here. 1 bullet in the chamber. Can they take out chamber with it? No, they can't. Bandit.
Cutting through. Fake teleport.
Will it help? No. With the power of Saint's flank,
Thrifty.
St. Lawrence are empowered to take the thrifty win right back. And yeah, that's a devastating loss there for Post. They will signal the timeout as a result. And here is Post University, your Eagles, taking their timeout. It's definitely one of those situations where Valorant feels momentum based. A lot of times you're shooed into rounds where you know you'll lose or you know you'll win, but that's not the case for Post. I've seen this team thrifty rounds, maybe every single map that I've seen. You've got a situation where you have that hero play from Mojo, but you also have such good decision making and game sense out of every one of these players to make the right move when it counts. Dissident has been so effective on this initiator utility, not only priming Mojo for kills, but using that aftershock to push out St. Lawrence players from those otherwise safe territories. And so coupled with that game sense and that mechanic that you see out of these players, you have those thrifty wins, but when you get a thrifty loss against you, that can steer momentum the wrong way. Can that timeout put this team back on track? Mojo this time around with a Bucky on the dimensional drift. See what Mojo can spot here. Footsteps in the backside. One of them spotted here. The stun will not land, but the Bucky shot will. And the weapon upgrade, and Mojo gets out. That's the first frag delivered by Post. The trade occurs there as well. Holding out a garden is Monkey. Bray. Gun is shown, and now everyone through teleporter. Wow Dude gets one. Trailblazer is out. Wow Dude, can they take out Mojo? Yes, they can. Or at least the team will.
Their MVP is mine. Let's do this.
And I mean, it's such a smart strategy to go up one in terms of the agent pool. At the beginning of the round, you saw that dimensional drift from Mojo. You saw the fault line out there from Dissident. And it all collectively allowed Mojo to upgrade on the weapon, keep economy, and start the team off right. But after that, it just kind of collapsed. St. Lawrence were ready to pinch on them through the teleporter and created an absolute doomsday scenario for Post Esports. We're tied up at 8 here. Budos gets out of dodge with the rendezvous. That said, space completely taken up here by Mojo. Clone destroyed right away. And that is Budus with the elimination on the Mojo. Dissident. Praying they can find that trade. Nice spray. Dissident Sprayonce does get the trade for their team. But they will be down by 1, and the spike is still down on the ground. Sprayonce, if they can grab this and get out of the dodge, then they have to. They've done exactly that. Sprayonce, not a lot of time to get on this B site and plant, so they've got to dash. Light shield. Spectre. Not everything you want here in a 2v3, but maybe everything they need. Dissident holds with the rifle and hookah. That showstopper could be deadly. Sane trying to find somebody, anybody. Will Sprayonce get away from it? Yes, they will. Dissident uses the Rolling Thunder to take off the diffuser. It's a 2v2. Keep it a 2v2. Not dead yet. Poised. Ready for action. Delaying infinitely. Dissident takes out the fault line. The flash is there as well. Sane will hold it for as long as they can until they're taken down. Dissident, the wall bang into Monkey. Has it delayed enough? No! Every mark of utility utilized for Post Esports. You had the not dead yet. You had the fault line. The flashpoints. The rolling thunder. Utility to expend for days, hours, minutes, but 2 seconds was the difference.
Let me show you how the boss does it.
2 seconds was all that St. Lawrence needed to close on that defuse.
Decoy.
Eagles are gutted after a loss like that. They've got to be able to rebound here. Dissident could be walking into danger here toward a force set up on long. There's some angles you just do not want to peek into, and this is one of them. Somehow Mojo's made their way already in the back site, and they nearly find elimination as well. Fortunately for Post, they have avoided the tour de force, but they haven't avoided death after death. Mojo still in the back site, delivering some justice until it's too late. Monkey will be the one on top. 5 kills in 1 round means the ace. And it was split. Map 2 in yesterday's performance from Post Eagles that they were down 8-10. Things looked bleak. Things didn't look great. But that's when they won 4 rounds in a row. That's when they pushed to an eventual overtime to win their first map of the season. 8-10 is not the time that the Eagles give up. They won't be doing that now.
Decoy.
The weaponry certainly not on their side. They're gonna need to make these some close quarter battles. Bray should be able to get that spike down, and certainly does, but Mojo peeks directly into Saint's crosshair. A doomsday situation for Post as they try to make the best out of very little money.
Flawless.
I can appreciate the call from the team, which is save for the next round. This is where it's all got to happen. This is where they've got to get the comeback together. It does feel like now or never for Post in this round. As a whole team will gather to B side. How many can the operator take on? The answer is at least 1. Mojo out. After the dust settles, Bind remains quiet. One cry of the operator is all that's heard. That, as well as the trademark. Ready to spot anyone who walks into hookah. Dissident, that's a key orb to take. That rolling thunder as soon as it's online. This team is going to be positioned for something great. Seekers will find quite a few players here as, oh no, action and teleporter. Monkey K-pop after the ace does go down. Still one in that teleporter. Saint wants to hold that location, but I believe they can hear footsteps on the rotate. Dissident gets one and will be able to go over to A site, which is free.
30 seconds left.
Smokes.
And here we go, Post Eagles with actually a chance here to turn things around. It did look bleak after that first elimination. The operator took out Mojo, but now you've got the lockdown.
Down. Alarm bot out. Placing swarm grenade.
In the future, we want to see this team try to get that spike to someone who can grab a very necessary ult orb for the future. Dissident is down. No, Dissident gets the elimination, excuse me. Now you've got the 2v2. Badus gets a big one. That's a flashpoint onto Badus. Will Dissident be able to deliver a second kill, maybe a third?
Not one left.
4 on the round. And where Mojo is out, this team is not done. Dissident takes those big shoes to fill and says, give me a size bigger. What a round here for Post Eagles. A necessary one to stay in it here on Bind.
Who's next?
Oh my, we'll see what happens here. Hold on, Badus trying to move completely up. Oh, Mojo won't allow it. Uduska does not get away with that kill. Orbital Strike will take out nobody. And you can see, wow, dude, just getting out of the sight. Wants this play with the team, and that's probably the proper play because a couple are flanking in order to pinch post in the A site. Mojo, meanwhile, has scaled so far up. Are they seen by the Trailblazer? They're not. Oh, no. Behind enemy lines is Mojo. Removes one. Now is in heaven. Wow, dude. Certainly didn't expect it. He's down and out as well. Now it's just the two flanking from St. Lawrence. One eliminated. Make it two. Bray says goodnight. But folks, we are far from goodnight on this day. 2 of the 3 maps yesterday went into overtime from post. Could we be nearing the same fate on this one? I think one of the big keys here for post is finding where that operator is. Fortunately, they've chosen a side where it's not, and now you have pretty good territory here in Hookah to play around. In the meantime, Monkey Cake Pop. They're in Garden. Oh my, Bray has potentially 2, might get timinged. Oh, took out the gun just in time to get 1. And Mojo cleans up on the second, but hold on, Dissident. Oh, runs directly into 2007 Honda Pilot. Wow, dude, big one there to keep the balance.
Here.
Mojo, the one with the spike, could get one closer to a ultimate. Now just 3 away. Mojo doesn't want to wait. Mojo wants to play ball. Will he get the game? Dude's trying to be so careful here with the operator. It's such a difficult weapon to retake with, but he's going to have to do it, or he saves the weapon. What's the decision? Time's not on your side. And he'll play for it. The kill he will. The operator given away, as will be the round. (11-11). 3 rounds in a row for the Eagles. And look at the ultimate economy as well. Mojo, 1 off. If you can get this team up long or into shower. Look like they will go shower, but Mojo.
I'll return.
All you need is a kill to secure a potential overtime. That dimensional drift coupled with the rolling thunder, and then you have the Alden Null command on post plant. What more do you need? Showstopper run it back available as well for St. Lawrence. Saint going to hold this position. And if they can time the Showstopper exactly when post Eagles hit sight, it is going to be doomsday for the Eagles. Saint by inches avoids the 0 point. Here comes tragedy instead. Saint hits nobody. Monkey Cake Pop just took out the whole team. Bray's the last one remaining. And it's another ace.
Match point.
It's great timing for Monkey Cake Pop. You had that run it back. You know you have that next life. You can go in confidently. You can trust your crosshair and the couple curveballs you got to get as many kills as you can get. But confidence paid in droves. Monkey Cake Pop already had the ace under their belt. Knew they were capable of yet another. 4 ultimates online here for the Eagles to save this map for them. Mojo with the dimensional drift will find one. Uh-oh. And they've got their iPad out. This could be trouble here. Oh, and it is for Wow Dude. Instant elimination. Perfect strategy coming to form once again for post, but that's 2 in shower. Monkey Cake Pop will take that shift damage and not be able to take out the diffuser.
Spike
Guiding light
planted.
from Honda Pilot. Won't find anybody. The Trailblazer to get information. They're in Lamp. We'll find a couple. Monkey
You
Cake
should
Pop
run.
waiting in the ruse. Dissident still gets the kill for it, though. Bray hiding out there behind the box. And a lockdown is going to be so effective here. It's pushing out the entire team of St. Lawrence. They just can't hit the site yet, but now they have to. And so they spring into action. Saint covers the plane. They're with Monkey. They're trying to find a kill. Any kill. Swarm Grenade's still online. They just gotta pop them in time and they secure this round. That's exactly what Vero does. Their body goes down, but the Swarm's still there. And the Swarm of the Eagles find its kills and its
Switching
win.
sides.
Its point.
Overtime.
Overtime.
Pick something nice to kill them with. It's the least we can do.
Map 1 was conceded for Post Esports last week. They had to win maps 2 and 3. It was on Bind that they lost. 18-16 was the score. This is deja vu. This is one night after the other repeated. Got to allow fate to not have its way again. Badoo's toying around with a couple of Post Eagles players there in shower. Waiting for them to chomp at the bit, take a risk. Mojo, oftentimes the player to do it. And we'll miss him just on a little bit of timing there. Maybe it will pay off. We've got Mojo behind enemy lines here, still waiting as patiently as ever as the rest of the St. Lawrence roster. Mojo, will he take on the entire team? One goes down.
Spike
He
down
finds a couple
A.
more. Flashes there. Make it 2. How about 3?
Jump.
If Mojo wants it all, that's exactly what he'll get.
Drop in a smoke.
And just a couple now
30 seconds left.
left from St. Lawrence. They're trapped. The bottom of this barrel and they can't get out. Dissident
One
wants
enemy
one.
remaining.
He'll take 2.
I could have left my arms at home. My ult's ready.
Switching sides. Match point.
And while that is an incredibly important round to win from Post, something has to be kept in mind. The reason this map went all the way to 18-16 overtime is because neither team could win on attack. This attack side for Post was doomsday. Impossible. They've got to change it. They've got to fix it. It doesn't look like it's going to be fixed anytime soon, at least not in this round. 2 eliminations right off the bat, and every OT. Sand was a bloodbath. Bray springs life, springs hope into this team, but he stares right down the barrel of a guiding light.
Time to hunt.
Bird flashes their eye, and now Vero, there's just nowhere to run. Stunned in the incendiary,
enemy remaining.
trying to hold their own. There's nothing left. We'll go another round.
Switching sides. Overtime.
For those keeping track at home, 42 is the all-time map record of Mojo. Yesterday I'm behind on that 18-16 score. Mojo put up 41. We might just see that record be tested. Not at the start of this round, though. Attacking on the alternate site is St. Lawrence. They throw that molly to secure the plant. They'll get it. Out in heaven is Mojo. He's TP'd right into position to get 1. He's on 39 now. Unable to avoid the flash. Goes down. Backside trampled on by St. Lawrence. They've got a lot of position. They've got a lot of kills. Monkeys on 3. Wants another one with the run it back. Will not get it. Vero safe and secure. Up in heaven. Dissident applying pressure from short. Should be able to find one at long unless they attack the site instead. What a wall bang. Incredible work. Saints nearly found as well. Low HP. Dissident's gonna hold this spike. How long can he take it?
Remaining.
2 seconds left. Ends up going down. Vero knows the spike is halved. Vero knows there is time. Sits in the paint shell. They can't take that damage.
Switching sides.
And I don't know how much that was. Maybe 9 HP that Saint had. That is
grenades left. Hopefully that's
exactly what they needed to hold on. Tragic finish there on the attack side. 4 post. They'll have to win it back here on attack. Got that boombot there on short that will not find anybody. The Deuce was waiting for that 0 point. Able to find it. Able to take it down. Hits with the stim. Ready for action. Avoids the stun. The Deuce ends up getting flashed as a rendezvous out. Ends up getting the kill on the Mojo. What a snipe. The pivot is made from Vero, but where is the rest of the team? They're alone now with the spike on the B side. It's looking bleak.
calling my bot.
If Vero goes down, they'll leave the spike in enemy hands. Saint knows there's one. Can't get it done. Hold on. There's life on the pilot. Gets one. Bray unable to trade.
Down B.
And where there was an advantage, it's washed away. Sprayonce position compromised through the teleporter. Trailblazer won't get there in time.
30 seconds
Time
left.
is of essence. Oh, if that can be smoked off, Sprayonce may have a chance here.
One enemy remaining.
What? Crazy elimination! But behind them resides the final player
Defenders
from St.
win.
Lawrence. Devastating finish for Post Eagles as St. Lawrence secure the win 15-13 on Bind. And Mojo this time 2 off of their record. Oh my goodness. Well, this team is made of grit and resilience because yesterday they underwent an OT loss on Bind to start the set. Today they undergo the same. Once again, that attack half on overtime for Bind is so difficult to win. You could see what it took. It took 9 HP from the last player of St. Lawrence, Saint, to throw a pain shell and a prayer to win that round. Great map still, and maybe a lot of the series still to go, folks. We're going to take a 5-minute break. We'll be back with map number 2 in your Post Eagles Valorant for the spring semester of NECC. I'll see you after this break. All right, Post Esports fans, welcome back. That stinger needs a little bit of work. We'll get it there. We will get it there to your Post Eagles Esports action. My name is PyroJ. I am your broadcaster today for the Valorant matches, as well as yesterday. Doubleheader this week. If you're a Post Eagles Esports fan, you are eating good, especially if you're a Valorant fan. Map 1 does go down to St. Lawrence. Post Eagles losing it there, 13-15. Another bind OT loss. But you know the last time the Post lost in overtime on bind, they won the next two maps. So we're taking it to Abyss, where they did win map 3 yesterday, to try to even the odds in this series. Post go down here, they end up with a a league score in NECC of just 1-1. 1 win, 1 loss. But that's not what we're aiming for here. We're aiming for the win on Abyss. We're aiming for the win on map 3. We're going to close out a late night, keeping that undefeated record for Post Eagles. Thank y'all for joining me. If you need anything different on the stream, guys, as far as game sound goes, as sound as my volume goes, as the observing goes, feel free to let me know. I'm doing this for you guys. I want the experience to be perfect for y'all. If it's a name pronunciation, anything, just let me know. Let's enjoy map number 2. We're taking it to Abyss. All right, and we can take a look at our agent selection as well. We'll start off with the side here of Post Eagles. And okay, we actually do have some differences here. I talked at length at how much I enjoyed seeing Sprayonce on Astra. I think their performance on Astra on Abyss was essential to the win. I think the control that she displayed with the gravity wells, with the concussions, with the smokes, it was elegant. And Astra is so effective on this map. But they've gone with Clove again. So, very well. If Clove is the comfort pick, then I'm excited for even more fragging potential out of a kind of dualisty controller that Clove is. So we're getting underway with a very effective Clove here. 2 smokes at mid. Mojo leading the way. Budus ends up getting stunned out with that fault line. Great usage out of Dissident there, as Mojo moves their way through, and Budus is blocked off by the wall. So what a lovely pistol strategy to see Post Esports on their way to a potential win here. Unfortunately, that 0-point knife there from Bray went off the map. It's one of the lovely things about this map here on Abyss is utility can go off the map, agents can go off the map, and Mojo's head can be eliminated from the map as well. Sprayonce has to move aside for the molly. That's tough to deal with. Vero spraying that classic does get 1, but they'll be the last one remaining. Shift cleans up the job, and St. Lawrence go up to start.
Wasn't worried for a second.
So didn't quite get to talk about the entire comp here. No differences other than that Clove here for Post Esports. I think everybody else is pretty much the same. I want to say maybe Vero. No, Vero played on that Sage for Abyss and split it to end the map last time. But on the other side, there's a lot to worry about, and I think particularly of Budus, who now has the Outlaw and is incredibly effective on these sniper rifles. Gonna be watching those tough to beat angles at mid all game long. And Bray's about to find out exactly how tough that is. Fortunately for Bray, Budus misfires on both shots. Now, that may be the Outlaw. It's not the operator, but it essentially acts as an operator, folks. I mean, nobody... Oh, okay, Dissident has a light shield, but that's not enough. In fact, Dissident does go down by the Spectre here, but it will all go down to a single bullet from that operator. And you
Spike
start to
down
see
B.
exactly how that is done.
Teleport's ready.
Badus finds Vero.
One enemy remaining.
Shot, Badus. Eliminates Bray as well as Mojo.
But you are not part of my bigger picture.
Where the stratagem has been fantastic at opposed to Eagles. The mechanics. The aiming at a Badus has been exactly what it is needed to be. Outlaw will just rip them to shreds in round 2. But for post, the hope is that round 3 is different. Rifles galore for this team. 5 Vandals to make a difference. Oh, is it Angelica? Thank you. Or that's you might be Angel Ace, Val. I didn't even say your name right. Sorry about that. Okay, Sprayonce. Is that it? Wow. And here I was thinking it was Sprayonce. Thank you. Thank you. I do not know what the decider map is. It could be split. I think NECC has rules on which weeks are decided for which maps. And I don't know. Yesterday we saw Bind split and Abyss, so maybe we go Bind Abyss split. That's my only guess. I'm not sure outside of that. Okay, outlaw shot avoided this time around. Both outlaw shots avoided. Apparently Badus came out for another attempt there.
Bring them down.
On the pilot. Prowler is out.
We found one.
Able to avoid the fault line as well as find somebody, but they need a little bit of help from the team here. Badus tries to find one. It's going to be Monkey to do it
enemy
instead. Monkey, the one to get ace after ace on Bind. Saint now on the defuse after nobody's left. Post ripped to shreds on that retake.
Flawless.
Normally I'd give a whole pep talk here, but honestly, we're good.
And the defense looking all too comfortable here for St. Lawrence on Abyss. Post needing a bit of a change of heart here. But it's important as well to play for the long game, and the purchases being deemed to be light this time around so as to prepare for the next one. Sheriff in the hand of Dissident. Mojo has the stinger, hoping for some close quarter battles. Might just get it here at the start. Curveball popped and ready to go for Monkey. Oh, but that's going to be the spray and the elimination against Saint. Mojo jumps out of the way. This man's got hops. Able to remove themselves from the danger and keep that agent advantage. No, it is 4-4. Make it 4-5.
Beacon here.
An important resurrection there on the side of St. Lawrence. Wow, dude. Holds their angle. Sky smoke to delay the attack. And noise has been cut. I think Post want to offer the potential that they've rotated. But Wow Dude has not budged. Oh, I'm just noticing Post are on the attack side. I gotta fix that scoreboard.
See.
30 seconds
And
left.
I have to give the point over to St. Lawrence as well. There we go. Okay, scoreboard is
Spike
updated,
planted.
folks. Post are on attack. Sorry for the confusion. I forgot to update that.
Do better.
Maybe Post can win this round as well. Sprayonce will go down. Tough battle there. Bray has Vero, but Vero has like 1
Last player
HP.
standing.
That's just not going to be enough to stay alive. The headshot's there, but nothing else. Down goes Vero. And we got a 4-0 start in favor of St. Lawrence.
No fireworks today, I'm afraid. One bullet per enemy.
All things
Such
considered,
enough,
it was a
yes?
light buy for post-university. You've got a couple eliminations. You dig into the economy a little bit. I mean, you look at the credits, and it is pretty overwhelming for St. Lawrence. As St. wonders what to spend their 9,000 credits on.
A gift.
But the weapons are the same. The ability to turn this thing around is in the hands of Post. We'll see if they get things started. Clone the first one to break that line into main. Mojo poised in position here. Waylay is the one with the ultimate here. Has it set up and ready to go. On the attack. Is Post prepared for this? Saint has to initially play against Mojo's teleporter. It's actually pushed off the angle.
Be ready.
And that's an important push-off from Mojo. It has gotten the team into the site, but it has failed to get the key elimination. And Dissident now in the crosshair of Saint. And this team of St. Lawrence just doesn't have a brake pedal. All gas as they stampede on their way to the site. And that could have been a turning point there in backside. I mean, Mojo denying the ultimate and then nearly taking out Saint. If you take out Saint, you don't see that ultimate. You might see a little more real estate taken up there. That's just not the case this time around. Wow, dude's angle is taken off. He's going to feel fortunate that he played so far away from it because he's not caught in that 0 point. But this is very quick maneuvers. Coming out from Post Esports, they want to sprint through mid. Tyler nearly finds one. Honda Pilot, push back. Blindside to take them farther back into this corner, into this cubby. Mojo likes his shot and he takes it, but still on the site is Monkey Cake Pop, maneuvering from one side to the other, pushed off by this wall. There's the plant shop, Sprayonce. Able to deliver justice. Look at the sidestepping with the Spectre. And now Mojo awaits the retake. Rolling Thunder, Dimensional Drift will either be used. Here by St. Lawrence. Flash for Badus, positions them for 2 kills. 2 remain now. 4 posts, make it 1. Vero down. And I'll tell you what, this team turns on a dime. They trade quickly. Their retakes are immediate. And boy, do they know how to single out Mojo as well. Getting that flashpoint through into CT. Badus pushing in, getting kill after kill. Those are the X Factor moments. That is where the execution out of St. Lawrence is prevailing, and for Post, just isn't quite up to snuff.
Who's next?
3 kills, the maximum amount for any player on Post after 6 rounds. This is uncharacteristic for this team. Oh boy. And I think Wild Dude knows exactly what's coming their way. Every time that Dimensional Drift is popped, the Fault Line follows. It's a tactic that's worked pretty much every time. Bray has found out Monkey Cake Pop, but Monkey Cake Pop has proven to be an agent that is not that easy to deny. 2 move through the molly, 1 survives as Monkey Cake Pop will opt for the heal. Curveball out, they can barely see. Isn't necessary. That's your 2-time ace applying Phoenix right there of Monkey. Monkey is taken out here. There is a chance. Sidestepping out of danger is Monkey. Wanting to push back into it after the reload. Still Monkey. Mojo 30 seconds. Sees the spike right in front of them.
30 seconds left.
Has to have an idea of the rest of the team being on the other side. Knows that Monkey wants to play a little bit of decoy. Doesn't matter. As I think Badus was very happy to get some use out of that tour de force. Eco's not looking great here for post right now. Purchases are scattered as well. Got Dissident wanting to play for that rifle, but you've got Bray wanting to pay for the next round. Dissident says, don't worry about a single thing. I've got a rifle in my hand. I've got kills to find.
Headshot.
And one he will. At least to start. It's a little bit of real estate gathered at mid for post, but that's only one step in what feels like such a long staircase to win a single round on attack here for Abyss.
Portal closed.
4 ultimates available. You gotta think this team can combine efforts to make something work. Trademark spots out Mojo. They don't have a teleport. They do not have a get out of jail free card. Can they get out of dodge? Only for a moment. As they reposition, Spike's still at mid, carried by Vero. Vero in a precarious position. They've got Monkey on the other side, but side-swiped by Dissident. They are. Saint holds ground, but only for a moment. Gets traded by Vero, who swings on them with the Guardian. And now, right behind, Mojo has them exactly where he wants them. Should be able to get there in time, at least for one kill here. Bad spot to send your Prowler out, Honda Pilot. This one with the operator for Badus will find one, and he delivers the operator to the true Abyss. You won't find that gun, not this round, but I was gonna say, Bray, you might find your one. That doesn't happen. Now the round isn't over until Vero finds that kill. There it is. There we go. We had to go all the way down to South America to get it.
Does anyone have
That's the Brazil. 7-1. Post are on the board. Trademark same spot for St. Lawrence on that B site.
Back soon.
Dissident knows exactly where they found that first kill last time. It's smoked off now. Wondering if Wow Dude pushed out to the other side. Not the case. Wow Dude has been pushed off quite far back. Badus, though, with that operator, finds Mojo yet again. This has been the thorn in the backside for Mojo. And unbelievably, Vero has moved Badus off. I don't believe it. Such a swift altercation there on the site. Mojo revived and finds value. On the Pilot. Trying to hold on to this large lead. And they do it for St. Lawrence. They hear the door crash. That should be the call to rotate.
Spike planted. My ult's ready.
That's likely what they'll do, but Mojo has maybe an idea
Back soon.
of where Honda will end up. Sprayonce, there's the barrel, there's the shot.
Back up, sweetheart.
And make that two
The
for
part they
post.
lost was funny.
Hold on to your keyboard and mouse. Hold on to your controller. Whatever you used to play, whatever you used to game. Hold on to it. We still got a map here. We still got a match. 2 is huge on the attack side. Many more could come. You've got 4 ultimates online here for the Eagles. Boy, does this team love mid. I'm worried just a little bit about all the space being taken, though, by the duelists of St. Lawrence. They are flooding into mid. Sprayonce says, arrive, please. 'Cause I have something to deliver of my own. Tough call there for Mojo. Tries to get the spray kill. Monkey could do some serious damage here. Has found 3 of post. Oh, and they call the orbital strike instead. And unbelievably, Monkey doesn't get a single one. Trying to essentially steal the kills or wow, dude.
You had your fun.
And in the end of it ends up getting shot in the back. Not dead yet. Still goes down. Bray, the final one remaining. They try to flash their way into a spike grab. It will not occur. And I'm thinking about Monkey Cake Pop. I'm thinking about their fact that their teammate popped that orbital strike. And how they probably can't believe that their own teammate foiled their godly flank plan. Almost worked out for post. I don't know why I'm not getting these angles. Instead, I'm just getting the players. Okay. Oh, that's right. They're broken on Abyss. I forgot. Sorry. Observer bugs in Valorant. We continue on. Round 11. Sprayonce. Up against Saint. No one dares to beat that angle until utility is pushed out. Wait, Saint has avoided it all. Hiding out in the ruse. But they'll dash away. They'll play for the retake. Maybe the better play for the team. Fortunately for Post, though, they do get the spike down. Wall up and immediately taken down. That's a good play out of Badus to at least give them the angle to play with. But Mojo delivering justice. That's 3 kills for them. And hold on. Nothing's left of it. A graveyard at that CT side. 4 eliminated. Mojo gets 3 of them. And every time I went to turn to a player, they were eliminated. That was unfortunate. Talk about exactly what the Eagles needed, though. I always say if you get at least 3 on a half, the win looks realistic. And this team still has a couple, or excuse me, 1 more round to go. Gotta be afraid, at least a little bit, of Badus. I'm gonna get a couple kids out of here in mid. That's exactly what will happen. As the rendezvous brings them back to the spawn. Past their teammate's grave, Dissident marches on. Still value to be had. A couple flashes available as well. Pushed off, though, by the hot hands. Prowler ensures just that. Run it back, eliminated. But that's the trade. Very effective out of Honda Pilot. We haven't seen a lot of action here on this B side lately. Sprayonce gonna see if it's worth taking. Nicely done. Oh, and the Prowler gets in the way of Sprayonce. I think the bullets basically gave a haircut to it.
1 enemy remaining.
Timing actually might work out nicely here for Mojo. I thought they were gonna scale mid at the perfect time. Unfortunately, they're gonna be left alone. Final round of this half. Mojo, 1v4. Spike in front of them, 20 seconds remaining. Oof. And it would have been a long shot, but Badus is going to cut Hope out of the equation. 9-3. We all know what that means. And it could work out in favor of our Post Eagles. They're hoping to figure something out here. Mojo getting in the zone. They're waiting to throw out their gate crash, right? Sorry, we've seen Mojo throw out some emotes at the start of the round. I thought they were cooking up something special. Instead, what's being cooked up is the attack from St. Lawrence. They've pretty much all been spotted by this 0 point. And that's great intel for post. But Badus could not care less that they were spotted. They've still got a headhunter to work their magic with Dissident. How long can you effectively stay in this smoke and push out at the right time? Perfect. Kill on the cake pop, but they don't see it coming on the other side. Saint gets one with the bandit, but eventually goes down. That's one for Honda Pilot, as well as Mojo holds the site with Sprayonce. They have the high ground, but that's not enough. Mojo tries to get on top of the box. Their footsteps heard as they miss a jump. Tough to get under, especially as they're spotted. Both Mojo and Vero on top. It may not work. The trade's there. Wow, dude. Ends up taking it, and that's a devastating loss there for post. Sprayonce had the high ground. Vero had the high ground. Mojo had the high ground, but St. Lawrence had a haunt. And that may indeed be in the nightmares of Post Eagles as they get pushed back farther and farther on this map of Abyss. Oh, you can see through the wall. Mojo wanted a chance. Got their chance, but only for a moment. They end up not getting it. Badus already gets one there from mid. Mojo was the hero with this sheriff in round 2 of this entire night. Hold on. Oh, Dissident almost pops out at the perfect time to get a couple on the flank. It won't happen. Now the round clear and wide open for St. Lawrence to plant and secure this round. Monkey Cake popped to the corner with this different B site on Abyss. It's just not as post-plant friendly for the retake. Let's see what Mojo can do here. Work their magic. That little box, that curveball is there. The shots just do not land. A short-range sheriff is no match for a Spectre and Spray. The sidestepping there of Monkey does it again. Monkey has been abysmal for the Eagles tonight. Capitalizing on so many multi-kill rounds. A couple aces for them tonight. And several 3+ kills in a round. This is it. This is the round. The comeback is preheated. It's gotta cook now. Went patiently. St. Lawrence have waited out the 0 point from Bray. Badus awaiting maybe Sprayonce's peek here. Badus goes on the other side. Oh! Diabolical swing on Badus's behalf. And that flick was nasty work. What could be nastier
Joke's over. You're
is Mojo's flank. Mojo, good for one.
Out of charges. Decoy.
The thorn in the side has been Badus for Mojo. Can Mojo eliminate Badus? Yes, he can. There's another kill to be had as well. The tables could turn. And if they ever were going to, it had to be that round. Mojo, what a flank to induce panic at St. Lawrence. Full rifles, full shields for every player on each roster. Vero holds a regen. And Mojo holds the fate of this round in his hands, at least in the early game. The St. Lawrence team knows he loves to try to get that first elim down, but Saint... Oh. I was going to say that's a unique way to get a resurrection. Unfortunately, the wall levitation will not do it. As Vero hides out in the smoke and gets away from the seas just barely. This is a tough job for Post.
No peeking.
Ah, curveball, prowler, deadly combo. Everyone goes down. Vero, whoa! It's a team flash to assist them for 2 kills. And there's still 3 more to make. One after the other they make. Vero, nearly good for 4. Oh, what a valiant attempt there at the end.
What will it be this time?
I thought we might
Have
just
any
see
patterns emerged
the
yet?
ultimate ace clutch from Vero, but unfortunately that is too much weight to put on one player to hold this comeback alive. 4-12, no more economy to save. You gotta put it all out on the line now. Uh-oh. Sprayonce, Vero, that includes
No
you.
charges.
Buy something, buy something, buy something, buy something, buy something!
Wall raised.
Mojo can't be resurrected here.
Joke's over! You're dead!
By one.
He's out of the equation. Very quick spike here from St. Lawrence. They look to close it out now.
Concussing!
Dissident will not go down easily. Bray, his sidekick, eliminated. That's the only initiator. Rolling Thunder is online. The team can work together here. Vero pushes in. Classic in hand. The right click could be deadly. It won't hold out this time. Holding out instead in OT on bind was St. Lawrence.
Attackers
And
win.
trampling their way to success on Abyss was St. Lawrence. Post Esports suffer the 0-2 defeat. That'll do it for tonight, folks. Post Eagles fans, thanks for tuning in into what was, truthfully speaking, such an exciting night for Post Eagles. I mean, you look at this team and you think, oh boy, this is going to be a fun semester. I mean, Bind was a blast. Again, for them, it's that monkey on their back of, well, in fairness, Monkey Cake Pop was terrifying throughout this night. But that monkey on their back of getting an overtime attack win on Bind, that will continue to plague this team. They've got to look closer into that. But you're looking at the team that was 1 round away from taking Bind, and the story of tonight is much, much different. Unfortunate result there on Abyss, but this is a team that's exciting to watch nonetheless. They end the night at 1-1 in NECC. 1 win, 1 loss. Not bad at all. Love seeing the redemption here for Eagles. That'll be the story as we see them throughout this semester. Guys, thanks for having me. Hope you enjoyed tonight's action. That is a double header for Post Eagles. If you want to follow Post Esports everywhere, go for it. We're going to be live on this Twitch channel covering all kinds of esports for the team. So dropping that follow is the best way to keep up with the action. I've been PyroJ, caster for all things esports, including collegiate streamer as well. Thanks for joining me tonight, and I hope to see you for the next night that I've got Post Esports Valorant on this stream. Have a good night, everybody. Take care of yourselves.